So, hello everybody. It's 7 o'clock, and we are here on your Magic Month, and we're so excited to have you with us. So, I'm Karen, and this is Katie.
Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be doing Magic Month because September's such a cosmic, special month this year. I think every year, but this year is particularly special, and it's amazing to be in cosmic circle with you all. We love Magic Month to be a co-creative experience, so you can use the chat box to say hello, let us know that you can hear, that everything's technically working. It is Mercury retrograde. And also just using the chat box to say, ask any questions, share any comments. This is a totally co-creative process. So please, at any point, type things in, say hello to us. And let me just introduce us. So Magic Month is an online show which we run on the 1st of every month, and it's a way of giving you a forecast for the month ahead from a life coaching and energetic and spiritual perspective, so that you can really make the most out of each month that is coming. Both Karen and I come from really different schools. Karen is an amazing life coach. She has been my life coach, and I just think the work she does is amazing. I will let her talk. In fact, talk about your work now, Karen.
Yeah, thank you so much, Katie. And that's funny because I've been coaching back to back today, so my energy is always going like this when I've been coaching all day, and I can't think of anything that I'd rather do. So I'm a transformative life coach. I do law of attraction. I'm a certified law of attraction coach and a strategic intervention coach. So they're two very different schools. I'm also a qualified kinesiologist, nutritionist. I've done energy work and so on. So what I do now is I work with people who are ready to transform their lives, who are feeling a bit stuck, who want to move forward, who have personal issues that they don't feel that they can move through, whether it's work or whether it's relationships or heartbreak or whatever it may be. And yeah, that's what I do. And I just have the most beautiful clients, and every session I have with them, it's just glorious. I'm watching what happens with them, watching them transform and develop and moving into their lives that they design for themselves. It's just glorious. And I'd like to just take this opportunity as well to say hello to three very special ladies, Charlotte, Jade, and Catherine, who are the three winners of my Solstice Baby competition, who I've coached with these last couple of weeks, and it's been glorious meeting you, and I look forward to doing more work with you. So over to you, Katie, and your wonderful work.
Well, my work is I'm a channel and a light worker and an earth worker. I do a lot of energetic work and ceremonial work and space holding. At the root of my work is always channeling. I bring messages and energy through from different guides, and it's all about empowerment. The purpose of Starlight Meditation, my company that I run with my girlfriend Kath, is to help people come into their power, into their spiritual power, into power with their dharma and their path and their dream, and to really become true to themselves. And it's so rewarding and mystical and magical, and oh, it's the best thing in the world. Doing your path is, I think Karen will agree, it is the best thing in the whole world. And I think both of us and our works, even though they're very different approaches, are about helping people find their own paths, because that is where happiness comes from. And so yeah, it's the best thing in the world. But shall we start today with a meditation, Karen?
Yes. And by the way, those of you who haven't yet experienced Katie's work, do go. She just creates the most beautiful ceremonies. I've had the pleasure of going away abroad with her to Ibiza. I went to Glastonbury and Avebury with her, and it was just glorious. Really, the kind of experience that you can't put into words, you just have to experience. It's a bit like describing to you chocolate ice cream if you have no idea what that might be like, if you've only ever had pickled gherkins. Good comparison. Right. Okay, so I think I, for one, need to come into myself. So I think maybe, as Katie said, this is the perfect time. So I'm just going to turn our camera off and allow you all to come into circle here. Let me just do this. Okay. So this is where we all connect with each other. So I'm going to ask you to just take a breath in. Nice, slow, deep breath in. Hold it for a moment. And then breathe out again through your mouth. And for this moment, breathe in joy. Breathing in through your nose. Holding it for a moment. And then breathe out peace. And really coming into your body, following your breath into your body, feeling yourself sitting on the chair, feeling your feet on the ground. If you're listening to this in the car, now is the time to open your eyes again. For the rest of us, keep your eyes closed and just come into this space. And now allow your awareness to drop down into your heart center, allowing a beam of light from the heart center to drop down through to the center of the earth, through your chakras, through your root chakra, down through the crust of the earth, the various many layers of the earth, into the very core of Mother Earth. Anchoring it there wherever it feels most comfortable. And the moment you anchor, sense that energy coming straight back, up through the layers of the earth, up, 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 and back through your root chakra, your sacral, your solar plexus, into your heart. And now allow it to go through the other chakras, up the throat, third eye, crown chakra, and allowing that beam of light to go out into the universe until it meets the light of source, wherever you sense that to be. Allowing that light to come through, back down to you through the chakras into your heart. And as the two energies mingle in your heart, sense a moment of excitement, a sense of expansion. Like something's bubbling, something's happening. I'm going to ask you to take a breath in, holding that breath for a moment, and then blowing it out really hard. And as you're blowing it out, allowing the energy from your heart center to expand as far as you can, beyond your town, beyond your country, right around the whole globe and into the universe. Breathing in. And just sense, feel that expansion. Feel how you are connected with everything. Every bird, every piece of, I was going to say piece of grass, but maybe a blade of grass would be better. The ocean, the sky, the clouds, the light. The stars. Just feel yourself being one. We are all made from the same energy. Isn't that exciting to know? Isn't it exciting to know that we're all expressions of the same energy, but yet we can express in so many different ways? Isn't it beautiful to see how many different ways we can express who we are and what we are, by the way we look, by what we do, by what we believe, anything, by how we live? Isn't it beautiful? And now, as you are in that expanded space, just send out a beam of light from your heart and intend for that light to connect to the heart center of the person nearest to you who is also on this call. And intend for that light to go on to the next person and to the person after that. And sense how that light gets stronger and stronger and stronger as it goes out to every person on this call. And now it's coming back to you. It is so much bigger, so much larger than anything that you had sent out to begin with. Proving that whatever you give, you always come back. It always comes back to you. Manifold. We're all connected. We're all one. And let's enjoy this beautiful time together. So when you're ready, coming back into the space, sensing your body, your feet on the floor, sensing yourself sitting on the chair or on the floor. Taking a breath in and just coming back into space and to the group. Hello and welcome back.
Hello, thank you so much for that beautiful meditation, Karen. We would love to hear from you all how that meditation was. Just use the chat box to type it in. Like I said, Magic Month is a very, very co-creative event every month. I will tell you how it was for me. It was absolutely so vivid. The kind of images that I was getting through it was so intense and sharp and almost interdimensional, and yet at the same time there was this really beautiful deep peace in my heart and calmness in my heart. So thank you. It's absolutely beautiful, Karen. Really.
Oh, thank you, Katie. Thanks so much. That's very kind. And by the way, can I just say before Katie starts to tell us more about the month, if you were on the call last month, which I hope most of you were, could you please write in and let me know what experiences you've had as a result of what I suggested last month? That's all I'm going to say for now.
And if you didn't manage to catch last month, you can find it on YouTube if you want it. Oh, we've had someone write in about the meditation. I really felt the light when it came back to me. Me too. My whole body tingled. I'm so much more relaxed than I was when we started the webinar. Thank you so much. I really resonate with that. I had exactly a similar experience. And isn't it fantastic that you can do a meditation that is less than 10 minutes, because we started at 7 and it's only 7:15, and it can have that big an impact on how you feel. It can relax you. And I think that Karen will agree with me when I say that, you know, you don't have to meditate for 8 hours. You don't have to do these things for 8 hours. You can do little pieces throughout the day, or even just once a day. And it can make such a huge difference to the quality of your emotional state, your physical state, and your life. And
yeah,
so
I could not agree with you more. My goodness, it's probably the most important gift to give yourself. And you don't have to make it complicated. Just enjoy it. Just sit down, do a bit of breathing, just do this, what we did just now. And if you want to do that again, you can just go to the replay and listen to it again, and just do it until you've got the hang of it. And I'm exactly the same. I mean, I know that I did it, but I never know what I do beforehand. I close my eyes, I come on the journey, and I just, you know, go on the journey. And I needed that grounding and that light as much as everybody else. So it's just so easy. And I recommend everybody does that for at least a few minutes a day.
feel good. It's nice to feel good.
Yeah.
I think the fact that you said grounding, Karen, is such a brilliant way to open up about this month, because the energy today is epic. It actually started for me yesterday. I posted on Facebook and a couple of people were saying it started 4 or 5 days ago. But there is a real activation energy coming in, especially in the last 24 hours. And I'm work with energy a lot, so I'm quite tuned into it. And so I know what it is, and I know how it comes to me, but it's like my third eye has been going, you. And as soon as I felt it, I was like, okay, that's a third eye activation. And I tuned in, and actually my guide said that everybody is having a third eye activation today and a third eye opening today. We've had another comment. Even though I haven't always been able to participate, it's such a wonderful feeling that we can connect in this way. Huge gratitude. I love it. I agree. It's so lovely that we can come into circle, even when people are in Singapore and Australia, and it really is that kind of sense of oneness that modern technology gives us. And so let's talk about the month from an energetic point of view. Let's give you the energetic weather forecast. So Mercury retrograde started yesterday and goes on until the 22nd of September, until the day of the equinox this year. And the Mercury retrograde, to me, people kind of advertise it as a bad thing and a thing to get stressed and panicked about. I never see it like that, actually. I think any planet's retrograde, what it does is it shows you what needs to be cleared. It pulls up all of the good things, all of the things that are in the way of the good things. And so it shows you them, and it kind of takes you in the opposite direction from that planet. And Mercury is very much about technology and things like that, and travel and being outside of yourself. And so, you know, computers and technology do go wrong during Mercury retrograde, but really what the retrograde is about going inwards. It's not about traveling outside of yourself. It's about traveling inside of yourself and letting it pull up the things that are no longer of service to you, so that you can clear them. This retrograde has the energies of Jupiter and Venus. And so it will be pulling up things to do with your path and things to do with love and self-love. And if you work with it, it's a huge blessing. So Mercury retrograde is happening. That's one of the many things that's happening tonight. And I will talk about this in more depth. But today is the new moon and also a solar eclipse. And any eclipse, my guide said to me last month, any eclipse is basically a gateway. It's an opportunity to leap, to move faster from one state of being to another. And so a solar eclipse gateway is really charged with all of that kind of life force energy. This particular eclipse, for the people that will see it in Africa, is the one that creates a ring of fire when the moon moves in front of the sun. And to me, when a solar eclipse creates a ring of fire, the kind of gateway that it's birthing is a baptism of fire. So it's a time of big transformation, a time where stuff really comes up to be transformed. It's not necessarily the most peaceful or gentle version. If you think about it, it's called a baptism of fire, but it is a time of real ascension and real transformation. And I feel like, because it's at the first of the month and the new moon, it's really kind of bringing in the energies of September. My guides have also said that September it's the mirror to March this year. You know, March we had a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse, and we have a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse this month. So they're really mirroring each other. And how they explained it to me is it's like a rainbow. So March lifted us up into the rainbow, and now September's taking us down into the rainbow. And so it's really bridging us down, where everything that we were working on for the since March is basically going internal now and grounding and coming into our core. And it really is about, especially with the Mercury retrograde as well, it's about going inward. It's about soul whispering, heart whispering, really giving yourself that space and time to listen, to internalize, to find out what is going on at a core level inside of yourself. And I would say especially for the first part of September, but actually my feeling is that this sense of inner work and core transformation that will show up in your physical life is going to go right through till March again. I think it's the beginning of the next equinox period, essentially. So how I feel about all of these events, and there are more, we'll get to them, but I'm trying to go through it with you, is tonight is a gateway. It's a leap. We jump through. We will do a meditation, a channeled meditation, to assist you in that and to help with the third eye activation that you're having. But it's really about leaping through to discover the intentions. I have a wonderful friend who's very connected, who also teaches, called Claire Russell, and she was saying, you know, tonight's really about, if you're going to do personal ceremony, it's really about saying, what do I want for the next 6 months, and really setting that intention so that you choose what you take through this gateway and what you leave behind. And then you ride the Mercury retrograde wave through the lunar eclipse, which is on the 16th of September. And that is really, if you do ceremony in a group or with yourself personally, it is about anchoring that intention. So tonight and the first part of September is really about listening and discovering it. And then come the lunar eclipse, it should be really clear for you, so that you really create space for it, so that you move from the masculinity of the solar eclipse, the charge of it, into this real birthing it with the lunar eclipse, into the femininity of the lunar eclipse. And then after that, it's literally something every week. This month, we have the equinox on the 22nd, which is when Mercury retrograde ends. And so everything you've been taught from the retrograde, I would do group ceremony on the equinox. I always recommend doing group ceremony. If you can, go to a meditation class, be in a group, be with your tribe, go to whatever calls you. I will be doing a fire ceremony if anybody wants to come to Brighton. And the equinox is really about expanding the horizons of that shift, of that intention that you've set at the beginning tonight for the next 6 months, and really allowing yourselves to stretch out and become that horizon. This particular equinox is also deeply connected to nature, because this next rainbow curve that September is bringing in is really a dance between light and the earth. It's all about us reconnecting and reuniting with the earth and with the Great Mother and with the elements. And it's a really kind of shamanic collective journey, reconnecting to our ancestors, remembering. It's that kind of journey right up until next March. And so again, if you can do some kind of shamanic ceremony at the equinox, that would be my personal recommendation. So even if you do it personally, just connect to the elements, connect to the directions as you expand your horizons and balance yourself. And then on the 26th of September, we have an X wave coming in, which is an ascension wave from the star beings. And I see it like a trampoline to really launch you from what you have been soul whispering into whatever this whispering, this understanding is going to become. I was tuning into your magic month, and I was wondering before it started, I was like, should I talk about the butterfly message that I've had for the channeling course I'm running? Because my guides are like, this year, the channeling course, which is happening in September, is all about a butterfly journey. It's all about kind of cocooning and then bursting into becoming a butterfly. And I kind of was unsure if it was relevant just for the channeling course. And then I went onto Facebook, and literally every person's post was a butterfly. And so I was like, okay, I definitely am meant to be talking about this on your magic month. It is like a butterfly journey, where you kind of allow yourself to cocoon under the Mercury retrograde, and then cocoon deeper as you get to the middle of the month and the equinox. And then at the end of the month and into October, you really allow yourself to break out of this energetic cocoon. And of course, the butterfly is transformation. So it's about allowing what you need to transform in your life to happen. It's about tonight especially, and the lunar eclipse, as much as they are about intending and manifesting, they are also about really being clear about what you're not taking, about your willingness to let go, about your willingness to create space for the new things to come in, about your willingness to create space so that you can hear yourself, so that you can soul whisper, so you can experience the energetic shifts that are being gifted to us, that are happening in alignment with so many star systems and planets and moons and suns, you know, so that you really start to tune in and perceive and feel and integrate these things into your own truth and into your own understanding. So it is a hugely exciting core month. It's a core month. It's about your core and the core of your life. I'll remind you again about Jupiter and Venus, you know, what Mercury retrograde, the moments that feel dramatic, the Mercury retrograde and this baptism of fire, the things that feel emotional and hard and up and down. See what they are showing you in connection to your path and your love for yourself. And these two are deeply connected to each other, because you are only able to live your path if you are able to love yourself enough to live your path. And so all the parts of you that do not love yourself and the parts of you that are being destructive will be shown to you in this baptism of fire and Mercury retrograde at the start of September. And rather than pushing them aside or ignoring them or getting frustrated by them, work with them, look at them, listen to them, and move through them. And also, because there is this charge of energy coming, when you're not being shown consciousness, try to be in a state of manifesting joy and happiness and being in a high vibration, because it will make those times clearer and easier. And I know Karen's got an amazing technique to share with you to help, really easy to help you with that. So that is the forecast. If anybody has any questions or anything to say, do write them in, let us know. Karen, do you have anything to share or anything to say about that?
What can I say except that I'm breathless? There's always so much forecast. Funnily enough, as you know, my website is a butterfly and a dragonfly, which is all about transformation. So it really resonates with me hearing that. That's really beautiful. Yeah, I would also say that what Katie is saying about Mercury retrograde, don't go into that feeling that it's going to have to be bad, it's going to be difficult, because then you're going to attract that. No, it's all about transformation. And I think that August already, I saw that happening in a lot of my clients. I've had that as well, was a really interesting time emotionally. And so if we go at it with joy, with passion, with love, then that's the best way forward. And of course, self-love is, I said to Katie many times, and I will put a self-love course together, because I feel that with everybody I've ever worked with, that is at the core. That is absolutely the core issue. If we all loved ourselves, then everything would change. And it's, I can't go into all the details, of course, now, but everything will change. So loving yourself selfishly, being a selfish person, is actually the best thing you can do. Sounds crazy, but it's true. Katie?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think if you are going to be selfish, especially this September, it's to be selfish with time and give yourself the time you need to balance, align, and listen. To really put your you time first would be kind of the key to selfishness, to positive selfishness this September. You know, honor yourself with time, with listening time. And you can do that. Some people prefer to do that in a circle. Some people prefer to do that with a life coach. Some people prefer to do that in just by themselves. But however you want to do that, that's fine. But give yourself that inner work time. I really feel that is the key to September. Thank you, Thomas. You're also saying, look at abundance of autumn. And yes, abundance is deeply connected to our paths and to our self-love as well. And actually, just before your Magic Month, I pulled the abundance card. And a lot of channels are talking about this solar eclipse as being connected to being able to receive more abundance. And I see abundance as an expression of self-love. When you allow yourself to be abundant, to receive, you are, it's one of the corners of self-love. And so see it as an act of self-love, to accept, to receive, to welcome abundance instead of struggle. And the gorgeous thing about August's abundance is it really falls. It's all about free falling. You know, the apples fall from the trees. So it's really about just being in that kind of Mother Earth abundance of just opening and allowing the miracles to receive and allowing things to receive. Anybody else have any questions or anything to share? It's a really good time now before we move on to Karen's technique. Do you have anything else to share, Karen?
No, not at the moment. There are so many things that are going through my head at the moment.
It's trippy. I'll tell you what, this third eye activation is like tripping me out. It's like, it's doing that. And so my reality is going, and then I'm like, and your head's kind of in overdrive.
And the energies have definitely shifted. Oh, good God. I mean, Yeah, I mean, within the last 24 hours, compared to, I feel that not only myself, but other people, that my clients, I could see that August was quite a bit of a roller coaster. There were all kinds of things happening. I think not just for people, it's universally as well, the energies. And now it's kind of shifted into this new, yeah, just this new sense of joy, of well-being, of excitement, of leaping into, as you said earlier. I strongly feel that. And it's the time to be brave, to just jump for it, and trust the universe always has your back.
Yeah, I think trust is really a big word for this time. And this year actually is all about taking those leaps of faith and trusting whatever the universe is showing you, whatever's happening, as part of the process, and being joyful with it. So I don't think anyone has any questions, Karen. So shall we move on to your amazing technique?
It's not so much a technique, it's just a way of being. So,
sorry, I'm just going to turn the light on.
That's okay. That's okay. If anybody has anything to share, you can do that at any time through the chat. We'll just go back to it. But more importantly, I really would like to know if anyone out there actually did follow the suggestions that I made last month, and that is to start a gratitude journal. So gratitude is really the key to everything. I think you'll find that whether you do the work with Katie, she'll ask you to breathe with gratitude. And so let's go to the beginning. The majority of people will say, I want this in my life. I don't have this in my life. I want more of this, more money, more time, more love, or whatever. And that means that they're always looking for lack. So last month, what we did is a little exercise where we said, where I suggested that you look around the room and that you look at everything that is colored blue or red, whichever color I chose. Look at the color and now close your eyes and tell me all the things that you saw that was yellow. I can't remember what colors I used. And it showed that we tend to look at the color that we've chosen to look at and not see everything else. It is said that there are like 99% of what's going on around us we are unaware of, because we look for the things that we have in our head to look at. So if we're looking for problems, we will find them. If we're looking for lack, we will find it. If we're looking for joy, we will find it. It's how we show up in the world that makes the world show up to us. It's always mirroring us. So I asked you last month to whether you would like to start. Okay, we've got some people saying that they've started with a gratitude journal. To start a gratitude journal, and that means that you write down 3 things every night that you were grateful for that day. The key here is not to list the things that you're grateful for, but rather to note it and then note the feeling about it. So that could be, today I'm really grateful for the most stunning sunset. I love the way the colors played on nature, how the tree was covered in this warm glow. It made me feel so connected and so happy to be alive and so full of joy. That's the feeling that you want to go into. Once you're into that feeling, the more often you do that, the more the feeling will expand. That's what your focus will become. The trick behind it, and that's why we call it a technique, is that you train yourself every day to look for the things that you're grateful for. And that means that you're now seeing more of the things that you're grateful for. So today I want to expand that a little bit further. And because sometimes we go, yeah, okay, well, I've said this, I've said that, and I really can't think about anything else that I Some people really have a hard time finding things to be grateful for, astoundingly, but they do. And especially if you're having a hard time in your life, if we believe that there are things, big challenges, that there is lack, that there are problems, that there is maybe illness, that there is loss of something, that you are struggling all the time. Sometimes you think, well, I've got nothing to be grateful for, just get stuff. So when you have that feeling, it helps you to take it from a slightly different perspective. So something that we like to play, my husband and I, is to play. We'll sit at the table or we're listening to something. We say, imagine this. Henry VIII did not have that. So what did he not have? He didn't have potatoes. He didn't have tomatoes. He didn't have electric light. He didn't have heating. He didn't enjoy peaches. Maybe he did. I can't be 100% certain. Maybe he didn't have mangoes. There are so many things that he would not have had. Now, this was an amazingly important, powerful king. Or you could say Queen Victoria. It was quite interesting seeing the house on the Isle of Wight. So Queen Victoria was the monarch over the empire. Now, arguably one of the most influential and powerful women at the time, maybe ever. And she really had amazing resources. She could get things from everywhere. Yet, did she have the internet? They had a telephone, but it was a bit iffy. Did she have, they had funny central heating, but from what you can gather, it really wasn't all that good. Did she have warm insulation jackets that you can just go into any shop nowadays and get? Did she have cappuccino on tap? There are tiny things. I find it very interesting when you think, I'm a great lover of classical music, of opera. And it is extraordinary to me that somebody like Mozart will have heard certain pieces that he has written, that he's composed in his life, maybe once, maybe 3 or 4 times, and that was it. I, on the other hand, can sit down anytime I want, have myself a nice cup of tea, even over dinner, and listen to one of his symphonies or a whole opera that he had only ever heard performed maybe 2 or 3 times, and I can hear it anytime I want. I can sit down and listen or go and see in the cinema a live transmission of an opera being performed at the Met in New York. Life, just as it happens, right there and then. I can see it. How extraordinary is this? I can go to a library and pick almost any book and ask that I could borrow it and take it home with me. A few hundred years ago, that was inconceivable. Well, actually, a few hundred years ago, there were no printed books. They all had to be written until Mr. Gutenberg thought of inventing the printing press. Imagine the wealth, the richness, the abundance we have is unbelievable. You can go and hop on the train. I can go and hop on the train here, Katie, at Brighton, and we can say we'll meet in London, which used to be several days journey maybe, and we could just meet in London, and we can meet there within a couple of hours. How extraordinary is that? We can pick up the phone. We can see each other. We can now speak to each other. I can coach people, and I do coach people in Australia and Japan. How extraordinary is this? So there are so many things to be grateful for. Things that you have now, riches that you have now, abundance that you have now, that you may not have really contemplated, that you may not have considered. Things that were inconceivable and beyond even for the richest people to access. They could not even conceive of them. You have it. So it's beautiful. So when you do the gratitude journal, you might want to add that into it. You might just look at some of those things and find where you are already incredibly abundant. Right, I'm not going to go too much further, but also remember this. A lot of the work that I do is with people who perceive themselves to be in lack of something, in lack of money, in lack of love, in lack of luck, in lack of a good job, in lack of, I don't know, just perspective, joy, and having a positive outlook, perspectives in life. So understand this. You will never arrive at the time, at the point of total contentment and happiness. Now, why would that be? We are set up as human beings to drive expansion in this universe, in this life. And the way we drive expansion is by finding something, by wanting something more, by wanting something better, by wanting something greater. If we were all happy and contented, sitting in our caves and waiting for the occasional buffalo to go by, nothing would have happened. So the trick is to be grateful for what you have and to anticipate the more that is coming, and to know that you'll always be wanting more. So when you have your chocolate ice cream, you'll think, yeah, but a flake would be nice, right? So you'll always be wanting more, and know that, look around you, look around your where you are right now, your home, your environment, the people that you have around you. They are part of the more that you wanted some time ago. Maybe last week, maybe last year, maybe 10 years ago. But that's what you've created. That's the more that you wanted. Sometimes we also create more of what we don't want, but that's too much within the scope of this broadcast. But when you keep on focusing on the positive, you will find that will expand more and more and more. So I'm going to close here, but I'm going to tell you and show you the card that I pulled today. It's actually mine, but I thought it was a beautiful one. And I'm trying to show you. Can you see this? Can you read this? Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
So what is it? Can you read it?
This is a glorious time for me to be on the earth.
And that's the card. Is that not glorious? And if you say that to yourself every day, just as you wake up, and just say, this is a glorious time for me to be on the earth, that will set you up for a beautiful day, I guarantee you. So tell us, write to us, email, share on Facebook, whatever you want, and let us know how that works for you. And just watch out for things to happen in your life, for new experiences, for beautiful things to just show up and manifest, ever more things to be grateful for. Have fun with that. I certainly do. I love this. Katie.
Thank you so much. I love the idea of describing why and how it's making you feel. I think feeling is such a huge part of manifesting and change. You know, the universe speaks vibration, it speaks feeling, it doesn't speak English. So if you can kind of talk to the universe in its language, you'll have much quicker results than if you're trying to talk it all in English, because the universe only partly speaks English, whereas vibration, it's a bit like you going to a restaurant in another country and not speaking that language and trying to explain a really complicated dietary requirement without the language, whereas that's what trying to do manifesting in English does. Whereas if you speak to the universe in feeling, you're going to manifest more of it, because the universe will go, oh, okay, that's what he or she wants. And so I think it's so powerful for manifesting. And I love the card you pulled, Karen, as well, because I think that it's so poignant to remember that in spite of everything that is perceived as bad going on in the world, we are here because we are meant to be. We are here because it's our time. We are the souls that chose this time because we're right for it, and the earth chose us. We are the souls that made it through the birthing process. And so lots of souls to this day still don't make it past a pregnancy. Like, we are the souls that made it because everything is perfect, and you are meant to be here, and you are a really, really important part of all of the positive change that is happening, even when you can't see its positivity yet. And so yes, it is a glorious time to be you and to be here. I've put up on, I've put a link up to our Facebook page. We post loads of different things on it, like good articles and things about equinoxes and moons and things like that. You can like it and it will just open in another tab, so you won't go out of the webinar. So if you want to contact us. Thank you. Someone said, what a beautiful mantra to start the day, Karen. I will include it in my daily waking up practice. Good idea to have a daily waking up practice. You know that expression of getting out of the wrong side of bed? If you have a daily waking up practice, you're so much more likely to get out of the right side of bed. Wouldn't you agree, Karen?
100%, 100%.
And make those first few minutes when you wake up count. That's actually one of the times that I do my gratitude list. You know those times when you're like, you still got your eyes closed and you've snoozed your alarm? Like, I'm like, well, rather than just snoozing, I'm going to make it count, and I'm going to do those gratitudes, because you're really speaking to so much of your subconscious then, and saying, okay, I'm tired, I'm snoozing, not quite ready for the day, but I'm still grateful. You know, so you can really, really make those first few minutes count, and just see if you have a different day. Play with it, play with it. Do gratitude one morning and then don't do gratitude another morning, and see if there's a difference. Challenge you to play with it. Find the truth for yourself.
Sorry, Thomas says that don't forget you beat 40 million other sperms in order to get here.
You got through the worst interview of your life.
I mean, it's quite incredible how we get here. And it is said that for every body, physical body, there are 1,000 souls waiting to incarnate, and you got the job. Just imagine there are 1,000 entities around you, and the big finger goes, you get to go, and that was you. How fantastic is that? So you wake up in the morning again, yes, I get to have another day of adventure. I don't yet know what's going to come, but I'm ready for all the good things. Just let that happen. Beautiful.
I love it. If anybody else has anything to share, please do type it in. I'd also love to hear if anybody's having like quirky third eye experiences, because quite a few people on my Facebook when I posted it did. And like, it would just be great to know if others of you experience actual physical pains or anything going on in your third eye. Don't worry if you're not. It's, activations happen different for different people depending on where you're at. But it would be great for you to share that. Yeah, while we're waiting, are you having any third eye experiences?
Yeah, lots of pressure.
Yeah, this pressure is like the third eye expanding. Yeah. Activations are not, for me personally, they're never the most comfortable of things. They're the body, whenever it changes, it's like growing pains. It's not an intense pain, but it's definitely a slight discomfort. But again, be grateful for it, because it's moving, it's shifting. So yeah, while anybody else is typing in their third eye experiences, I'm going to pull a card for the month. Interesting. We have Earth Force. as our card for the month.
Wow.
And like I said, this is a real time of the light and the earth coming together inside yourself. It's time to be your own shaman and to really kind of connect to the forces of the earth. And they are so, you know, one thing that I love is even when there is nothing in your kind of human reality to be grateful for, to pick up from what Karen said, you can always be grateful for trees, or there's always things on the planet that you can be grateful for, even when you're in times of deep crisis. And so I think that card's a fabulous reminder to be grateful for the earth and to assist her in her healing that she is doing, and connect to her and to ground in this time of ascension. Beautiful light warriors, because especially when there's lots of high energy coming in, which there is this month, if you're ungrounded, you're not going to be in your power, you're not going to be in your center. Everything will be feeling harder. Someone saying, I've just feeling my wrists are burning and behind my ears, like past lives are clearing. How interesting. Time to be my own shaman. My son is in Virgo and I'm so excited about this September. Oh, yay. Yeah, be your own shaman. A shaman is someone that moves between worlds, that is able to listen to plant wisdom and spirit wisdom and inner wisdom and soul wisdom. And I believe that everybody is a shaman. It's just whether you listen or not. It's not that you don't have those gifts. It's whether you listen to them or not. And someone else saying, I'm feeling a tightening between the eyebrows. Yeah, see, activation energy, fifth dimensional energy, when it comes in, is very personal to each person because we're all unique. And just like plants will absorb the rain in different ways from each other, human beings absorb activation energy in different ways from each other. So if you're getting wrists, if you're getting tightness, if you're getting pressure, you're having your own personal experience of this opening, of this activation, of the beginning of this gateway. And I think that the more you can tune into it, the stronger you can make it, because the more you can kind of go, okay, well, where does this pressure need to go? Does it need to move forward? Does it need to move back? We'll do that in the opening of the meditation that I'm going to close with. And someone saying body has been very achy. You know, that is so common for ascension healings and collective activations. Your physical body aches because it is, firstly, it's releasing what's not of service. So any emotional stress and tension it's holding, it's able, the energy pushes it out for you. And it also, it sometimes aches to slow you down, to help you ground, to help you stay in your body. Because do you notice that you're never aware of your body unless it's hurting? And so it's actually sometimes a grounding technique that your intuition gives you so that you can ground if you're not grounding enough. So the first thing I would try is to ground. And then if the aching doesn't go, help send light to it. Send light into it, send love into it, help to move whatever is pushing out. Yes, have a massage. Because a massage is also very grounding. It's really about relaxing into your body. And if you feel like you should have a massage, definitely have a massage. Thank you for asking that. We got a few more. I had to make a difficult decision this week and feel now that it was the right one, and that it will lead to the right changes. I feel the shift now. That is fantastic. I'm so, you know, sometimes, in fact, change is always a bit difficult. If it was easy, it wouldn't be rewarding, because there is always kind of, the harder something is, the kind of bigger the reward is at the end of it. Wouldn't you agree, Karen? Like, the more resistance there is, the kind of
well, also you probably just wouldn't pay attention to it. This is the biggest problem. I mean, the universe or whatever your belief system is has to kind of get your attention somehow. And if you're just breezing through life, you just wouldn't. You kind of have to knock up against things every now and then to know what your path is, to know where you're supposed to go.
Definitely. And there is always a kind of counter to everything, you know. The universe is always got its forces pulling in different directions. There's always a kind of opposite force. It's just how physics works, basically. And so all you're experiencing is the opposite force of the change.
Actually, can I just interject for a moment as well? What you said earlier about be your own shaman. I think this is one of the biggest fifth dimensional messages, really, that it's time to wake up to be your own guide and to make your own decisions. And, you know, it's great to learn from other people. We all go to, I mean, Katie will go to lots of other people. I go to other people. It's wonderful to share. However, it's really important to start trusting yourself, to start making the choices yourself, to start believing that you know the answer. This is why I like coaching. I don't tell people what to do. I help them find their own truth and then trust that and move it. And the other thing is, don't worry, you cannot make a wrong decision. You cannot. It's always going to be right.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Karen. And you know, you never, well, I don't think, I have no intention of ever not going to other teachers and space holders and healers and coaches, because I see it like, and my guides put it perfectly, actually. They said to someone who is pretty advanced as a channel, and she's going through something, and my guide said to her, tell her if she needs a midwife to let you know. And that's what going to other teachers when you're empowered and connected and conscious is, or other courses, you're going for the midwife. You're not going for the guru or the shaman. You're going through a midwife to help you process the healing, to help you process the change, to help you to move through the growth or the expansion or whatever it is. And I would really say that being able to listen to yourself is the biggest gift there is. Being able to know your own intuition and instinct and connection and guides, it is so empowering, because what is right for one person is not necessarily right for you. And I use the example of ayahuasca a lot, actually, because a lot of people are taking ayahuasca, and there are some people who are meant to take this plant medicine. But whenever anybody asks me about if they should take it or not, and I am not an ayahuasca shaman, and I have not taken it, I say that I would take it if I was called. And by called, I mean I had the messages from my guides, the confirmation of synchronicity, all of the things that made me know that this healing was right for me. I would also have chemotherapy if I was called, because it's not about what everybody else is doing. It is about what is right for you and following the path that is right for you. And if you are called, I don't believe I would be called to do chemotherapy, but if you are called in a proper way and you know how the universe and your higher self and your soul and your guides converse with you, then it's so much easier to align with what is right for you.
And if you can't tell the difference yet because you haven't quite got there yet, and you haven't quite feel that you're not certain enough, just ask yourself, are you acting from fear, or are you acting from love? Are you acting because you're really feeling drawn to it and it's expansive and it's exciting and it feels right and it feels beautiful? Or are you going to it because you fear you fear that you're doing the wrong thing. You fear
Yeah,
that
wow, or yeah. Yeah, no, totally. And I agree with that totally. I mean, the first week of the channeling course, and it's a 5-week course, the first week is heart. Because until your heart is the compass, your heart is the thing that will tell you if something is right or wrong. It is your compass. It is your truth giver. It will always tell you the truth. And it's so useful to have that conversation really well oiled between you and your heart. And the rest of it then comes. Talking of the channeling course, I have a special offer for Magic Month people. So I am running a course which teaches you how to channel your spirit guides, your higher self. It is such an in-depth foundation in channeling and connection and synchronicity and basically being your own shaman. Channeling, in my opinion, is the best thing I have ever done in my life. It is my path, but I think it is actually an investment in anybody's path to learn how to channel, because it's just so much easier to align with your truth, with your inner voice, and it's just this amazing, it gives you this amazing toolbox of so many things. It just gives and gives and gives, and I cannot speak highly enough about channeling. And I love being the midwife for people as they honor and expand and improve their channeling gifts. There are some people listening today that are already on the course. And if you're feeling called, I've just put up the link to the course. But because you're listening to Magic Month and we love you, I'm offering 22% off any of the course packages. There's 3 packages depending on what you want, depending on where you are, depending on if you want more one-on-one time. So 22% off, it's only for the next 24 hours. Just a flash Magic Month offer. We can set up a payment plan for you, so you don't have to pay in full because this course is an investment of it's an investment into everything that you are, and into your own shaman, and into your power. And so if you need a payment plan, we can do that. Just drop us an email. But if you click the yay button, then you will be able to get to the office page and drop Starlight an email. So it's all there for you. I will end with one last comment and then we'll do the meditation. So Danielle says, I had a dry summer, magically speaking, and just this morning I started focusing on my guides again and wanted to begin looking at ancestral magic. Wow, aren't you tuned in? Aren't you in alignment? You know, it's fine to have dry moments. We all have dry moments. We all have time when we need to not be focusing on our third eyes, not be focusing on our inner voice, and actually be focusing on our third dimensional lives. We all have ebbs and flows. And so embrace, life is the most spiritual thing you can do. So you're not really being dry, just focusing on life, which is the most spiritual thing a soul can do. So, and now embrace the fact that your soul is feeling the call to reconnect to the ancestral and the magic. Karen, do you have anything else to say?
Other than that's what we came here for, to experience the third dimensional life. You know, everything that we feel, sense, touch, taste, smell, that's what we came for. That's what we wanted to experience. It's just that when we get lost and believe that's all there is, that it gets a little tricky. But yes, absolutely, enjoy it. And it's good. I mean, you know, nothing is supposed to be hard. So if you don't want to do anything, too much work, then just go out and play and have fun. That's, as Katie said, that's the most spiritual thing you can do. Yeah, that's it.
Amazing. Well, we are going to do this receiving light activation, which my guides want to channel, and we're going to help this third eye activation really open up to bring this light, this gateway energy that is coming through the solar eclipse. So my guides are saying that we'll start in the third eye and then move down through the third eye into the core. If you close your eyes and breathe in love and breathe out gratitude, breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude, saying out loud, I call light to myself now. I call light to myself now. And feeling a column of fifth dimensional light pouring down into your energy field, aligning you now with the solar eclipse. As you open your hearts to this activation, trust that you are in the perfect place for your soul's evolution. Right here, right now, as you open your heart to your third eye, feel the love from your heart shining up into your third eye. Feeling this love soothing any physical pressures or tensions that the third eye has been experiencing. As you feel the love filtering into the depths of Ajna, your third eye chakra now. Consciously, you choose to welcome light into your third eye. The physical tensions and pressures that you have been experiencing are expressions of resistance. And as you welcome light energy into your third eye, you experience it brightening, releasing, opening and expanding. You feel your jewel of connection igniting. And becoming prismic with light now. Easing in to this activation. As you welcome the energy of the solar eclipse to be with you now, experience a sense of stillness in every cell of your body. In your vibration, we say to you that the new moon is the only time your energy can truly become still. Honor this stillness and peace, this place of no breath that connects you to all that you are in all dimensions and on all timelines. As a ring of white fire energy comes around you now, encircling through your DNA, helping you to let go of that which you no longer need to carry on your path. And through the sensory aspect of your third eye, you hear the Om of the universe. The peace note of the universe, illuminated through light waves now. And in this moment of energetic ceremony, using the imagination of your third eye, imagine the best possible 6 months. We advise you to go for gold, to push your imagination into bigger and better versions of itself. To fill with miracles right here, right now. And allow yourself to feel the miracle changes of your life happening now in every chakra, in every chakric area of your life. As you feel this miracle transformation dropping from your third eye down through your chakras into your root chakra, open your heart and ask what you need to let go of. And allow that which you need to let go of to fall like autumn leaves from your energy field into this energetic ring of white fire. As you feel light coming into your crown, welcome the light into the parts of you that have not received light before. Welcome the light into the darkest parts of your bodies, into the most hidden emotions, into the parts that are holding on, and simply allow the light to release, to move, to shift that which you are not taking with you into the month of September's ascension. As the light fills all of your core, it bounces back up into your third eye, creating a Catherine wheel of awakening energy in your third eye and crown chakras now that bring in more light into your center, which bounces up into your third eye as you receive the energetic download of this gateway. Simply be in the experience now as we sound this activation to you now. As this white fire spins back up toward the sun, leaving your energy field light, clean and clear, notice the space that has been created in your aura, in your body, in your third eye. Notice the light that is rising like a sunrise in your core. Welcome this soul sunrise to rise into the sparkling light in your physical eye and up into the sparkling light of your third eye, feeling the warmth of this sunrise in your heart As you say out loud, I ground myself into Mother Earth now and feel this new vibrational version of yourself being rooted into the iron core at the center of the earth. As you feel the iron in your blood vibrating with the iron core crystal at the center of the earth. Send your love and gratitude to the earth. Send your love and gratitude to Source. Send your love and gratitude to your guides, to your shamanic self and all aspects of yourself. Send your love and gratitude to the guides that have assisted this activation, to the sun and the moon, to everyone that you have sat in circle with energetically this sacred evening, to all of the universe and all of yourself. As you open your heart to this month of September, thank you so much for listening, for being part of your magic month of September. Karen and I send you so much gratitude and love. And I would recommend that you just sit and tune in, tune out. Karen will log us out and leave you with yourself. So thank you very much. Loads of love.